So, we have that thing, the $5 a day plan. I've talked to you guys about that before. That's one thing that we talk about in the Black Business School. If you go to blackwealthmasterplan.com, it gets you started on the basics of how to invest in the stock market and all that good stuff. And literally, what we found was that if you were to invest simply $5 a day, $150 a month, which is about 1/4 of what the average American spends on their car note, you literally would have a child that by the time they're 20 years old, they have $100,000 liquid in a stock market. So the question I would ask anybody who's listening is, do you love your child as much as you love your car? No, sorry, I said that wrong. Do you love your child? Not do you love your child as much as you love your car? Do you love your child 1/4 as much as you love your car? If you love your car at level 10, do you at least love your child at level 2 or level 3? Or are we going to continue the ancient Negro tradition of throwing our children out to the wind and letting them suffer and making them get it out of the mud? That's what's happening. That it's really that simple. If you took the same amount of money, like one of the stats was, what was it that dining out? The average American spends $3,000 a year going out to eat. Let's do the math on that. What is 3,000 a year? That's about $250 a month. Okay. So if you were to invest the same amount of money for your newborn baby that you spend going out to eat, your newborn child, by the time they're 20, would have, if that money's going into the stock market, they would have roughly $120,000 liquid in their bank account. A kid who has $120,000 liquid in their bank account is not going to have to go to Twitter or TikTok to cry about their financial situation. They're going to be living life. They're going to be traveling. They're going to be sleeping in. They're going to be doing the things that they love. They're going to be able to call you. They're going to be able to live. A lot of our people can't live because you got to spend your whole life in slavery. Capitalism is slavery if you allow it to be. If you don't prepare and you're economically desperate, capitalism is very very much like slavery. Even when you saw Donald Trump, did anybody see when Donald Trump went to pretend like he was a McDonald's employee, which I thought was really hilarious because I was wondering how McDonald's feels about that. They probably hate it. Anybody remember when Trump was was giving out McDonald's French fries? I guess trying to be relatable or something. Well, they asked Trump about the minimum wage, and they were like, "The minimum wage is $7 and something. How do you feel about raising the minimum wage?" And he didn't even answer the question. He just said, "Well, these are wonderful people, and this is a wonderful process, and these are wonderful people, and this is a wonderful process." Hell no, they ain't raising the minimum wage because they don't want to pay the workers. Because they don't pay. If they pay the workers, then the billionaires can't get rich, or and not as rich as they were getting before anyway. They don't want to pay the workers. They don't want to take care of people that are employees. So if you're financially desperate, you enter the economic system. The system's designed to enslave you. The pathway out of that is investing. But you got to do it in advance. You have to prepare. And so if you prepare, if you simply did something very basic, if you started tomorrow and said, I'm going to make sure that whenever I go out to eat, that whatever I spend going out to eat, I'm going to buy that much in stock. Don't buy crappy stocks. Buy the good ones. Buy the ones in the S&P 500. If you did that consistently, every time I spend money at the mall, I'm going to try to buy the same amount of stock. If I buy a pair of $200 Jordans, I'm going to buy $200 worth of stock. If I send my child to a $300 football camp, then I'm going to put $300 in their stock portfolio. If you did that, your child does not have financial problems, and your child can circumvent the entire racist, oppressive economic system. Do you understand how heavy that is?